Now it's time for Talking with Joe, Training Camp 2017 style. Joe Rose live once again from Dolphins Training Camp in Davie, where there is no shortage of news. Joe, we're going to just talk about Jay Cutler, potential Dolphins quarterback, one more time, because as you mentioned in the last hour, there is that connection between Coach Gase and Jay Cutler. So how do you think the Dolphins can really set up Cutler to succeed here in Miami?
Well, that's a great question. Lauren, you're full of great questions today. You're unbelievable. You're sounding like a real knowledgeable fan today. I want to start with that, but let's get into the juicy stuff. Jay Cutler's very familiar with this offense, so he's going to be way ahead of any other quarterback that they could have signed, as we're about a month away from that opener against Tampa Bay. So I think Jay Cutler comes in, and Adam Gase knows what his weaknesses are and his strengths are. I think one of the selling points that Jay Cutler was really attracted to coming down here, besides the fact he's going to make enough money and probably going to be the starter of this football team, he's got great weapons to throw to. He's got a really good offense, and he trusts his coordinator and his head coach, and the guy that, of course, the head coach calls the plays. So I think the biggest thing for him is going to be a running game. And he promised them, hey, we got a bruiser back there. We got 3 young, talented backs that we really like from a year ago. I'm going to run the football. We're going to get this offensive line set. So I think Jay got to hear all those things. Jay Cutler knows he's been in this league. He's been on a lot of bad football teams with the Chicago Bears. He knows what works and what doesn't work. So I think he really trusts, at the end of the day, his head coach, Adam Gase, where he had his most successful year in 2015.
All right, from the Bears to the Dolphins. Let's see what happens for Jay Cutler, Joe Rose. All right, so as Dolphin, a lifelong Dolphin, I know what it's like to cry over the Dolphins, but this was crying for a good reason, because I was listening to Jason Taylor's Pro Football Hall of Fame speech on Saturday night. Joe, the things he said about his mother, so emotional, so beautiful. What do you think about Taylor's big acceptance or his big speech?
Well, it's one of the first times I've known Jason a long time. I'm on his board for his foundation. It's one of the first times that I've heard him open up about his background. I know his relationship with his mother's always been strong. I thought that part, and talking about his kids and how important they are to him, and his father role, not having a father when he was growing up. That was touching stuff, man. I think that got to everybody, besides the greatness of when he played and all that stuff. I thought those were the two things, and hearing what his mother did, the 2 jobs, working, making sure they had stuff that they could have a chance to be successful with, he and his sisters and his brothers. Pretty touching stuff. I just thought it was a pretty amazing speech, well thought out. Yeah. He hit just about everything in that speech. Yeah, I got a little teared up there myself. He got me.
A little misty-eyed. I love how he explained.
He got me a little bit.
20 years to travel 20 miles from Akron to Canton. What an amazing story. What a great journey for Jason Taylor. Nothing but the best for him, of course. And nothing but the best for you, too, Joe. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks, Lauren. Hey, Lauren, you're on your A game today out here on this Jay Cutler
I'm
stuff,
feeling fresh on this Monday.
You were hitting me with the good stuff today.
Ready to roll.
That's why I love you.
All right, Joe. Talk to you soon.